Kev, your time has come, my boy. Check it out. Kevin Durant been trending. Now we can start from Brandon Jennings saying KD deserves better, which he's right. I mean, like, I think people forget like how old Kevin is. On the flip side, we have to be real about this stuff. Like, before KD got there, the Suns were doing pretty well. So what happened between when KD got there to, you know, how they're playing now? There's some issue. I think the real question should be, how does a Chris Paul and Devin Booker led team do better than a Kevin Durant and Devin Booker led team? I think that's the question we really should be asking. KD came back with this tweet, right? And in response to Woj, he was pretty much saying he's a liar. And he was saying that Woj says somebody else feels that I'm frustrated and it turned into me being mentally checked out. This shit crazy. These people can flat out lie on my name and make shit up and you people will believe it. But when my teammates and coaches speak on how I am as a teammate, you ignore it. I mean, nobody's talking about that, KD. When he went to the Warriors, there was a problem. He got 2 rings, but they still won when he left. So that's the first situation. He goes to the Nets. I wouldn't even blame the Nets situation on him because Kyrie was doing his stuff. James Harden had his injuries and all that BS. So they had a lot going on. Now, you move to the Suns and you run into more issues. This one is kind of like, this time it's kind of putting him on blast a little bit because the Suns were good. They made it to the finals without him. The Warriors won a chip when he left. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you got to take some accountability. And I'm not going to lie. I believe to this day, if his foot wasn't on the line against the Bucks, I think they would have won that finals. You know, I honestly do believe that. If the Nets would have played Suns in that finals, that he would have had another ring. But he doesn't have another ring. He hasn't won. Brandon Jennings said KD should lead the Suns. They cursed, man. He doesn't deserve this, right? Or he don't deserve this. Terrence Ross said, dog, they was doing fine before the trade for him. What's the problem? Right? Which is a valid point. They made it to the finals before he got there. With Chris Paul and Devin Booker as your main guy. Even DeAndre Ayton plays center. You know, those are your main guy. They made it out the West. You know what I'm saying? So I think also, like with the Suns, we got to keep in mind, Bradley Beal hasn't really played this season. But I think I said from the beginning, Bradley Beal was a dumb trade because he's never healthy, bro. It's like he's never, ever healthy. Bro, he's almost like a mini AD. He's like the guard version of AD at this point. Like, if we're being honest, he's dead like the guard version of AD. He's never, ever healthy. He's always injured. Right, so there's always some shit going on with Bradley Beal. Like, I don't know what it is. Anytime KD joins a new team, all of a sudden there's a bunch of injuries. I don't know what it is, but I will say, I think he got to look himself in the mirror because the way the Suns are playing is partially his fault, and the way the West is going this season, he can't afford to be fucking around. Because look, they're not even playing right now. I think the Grizzlies are gonna make the playoffs. So I think the Grizzlies make the playoffs, but like, just look at all these teams. You got the Timberwolves, you got the Nuggets, OKC, the Clippers, the Mavs, the Kings, and then the last 7 to 10 teams are like the Pelicans, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Warriors. And then, you know, the Suns are supposed to be like a top 6 seed if you think about it, but they're not even producing. So they very well could fuck around and miss the playoffs if they don't get it together. But I'm telling you, out of all these teams on the bottom half, the Grizzlies are definitely going to the playoffs, bro. All they got to do is, like, look, you on average, you're going to lose, like, a high-level team like the Grizzlies, and they're really only high-level because Ja. But a team like the Grizzlies, their max going to lose, like, 30 games in a season. You know what I'm saying? So, eventually, they're probably going to drop a game soon. But as the win streaks add up, it's going to close that gap, and eventually they're going to be in play-in contention, right? So, all they got to do is, like, bro, they could win 5 games, lose 1, win another 4 games, lose 1. Like, you see what I'm saying? They're not a team that's going to lose a lot of games, especially going on the rest of the season. They're going to take every game very serious. And I think their schedule gets easier as like the season goes along. Oh, never mind. That shit's getting extremely hard. I think, okay. After these next 3 games, they'll cool down a little bit, I would say. But yeah, it's going to, you know, if they win out, you know, a lot of these tough games, then like the latter half of the season is easy for them. They're definitely going to play in the playoffs. So I gotta say, like, the Suns got to get that shit together. Now, they're not the Suns. I think even if they had Bradley Beal, I still don't think they'll be like a team where, like, oh shit, we got to watch out for the Suns, because he's always fucking hurt. Like with the Wizards, he was hurt all the time. Like he's like injury prone, like AD, bro. He's always gonna miss a bunch of games. And this might be another situation like the Nets where we just don't know how good they are. And Bradley Beal is a good player. Like, he deserved the money he got, but he's just never healthy, bro. And that's the problem. Now, also on the flip side, like I said, not with KD, it's not only KD that's the problem. I just don't think as a cohesive unit, they're in it together. Let's play when he gets a turnover, the teammate don't run back. And Luka was frying them the whole game. I think anytime Luka plays the Clippers or Suns, he turns into a completely different player. We not running back?
With the steal, Booker giving chase. And Luka gets the lane.
Said niggas turn the ball over, we don't run back. But the issues that come with a player, the trade talks begin, you know what I mean? So we're gonna look at some trade options that could happen with KD. I think people would trade for him just because his age, he's 35. But the Thunder actually do have to make a trade. I think instead of KD, they're gonna get Larry Markkinen or something like that. I never knew how to say his name correctly, but I think the Thunder go after him because he's a much better fit for what they got going on, right? But the Thunder have to make a trade because the new CBA probably now going to be Josh Giddey. I thought they were going to keep Josh Giddey, but you know, after recent events, it's probably him who they give up, right? So, article that came out with Devin Booker currently still under superstar status and the Suns' lifers for now, we know. Phoenix would doubtfully want to take on project players, meaning OKC would likely have to give up a player in its immediate core, which they have to because money reasons. Could y'all see like Kevin Durant back at OKC? That shit would be kind of crazy, you know. I don't think they give up Jalen Williams. I could see Dort being given up, but if this were to happen, like I said, I don't think this will happen because I don't think the Suns are going to give up KD, and I don't think the Thunder will want KD back, especially what they built. You think they're not going to bring KD back a good flowing organization? Like, you know, you left, they were in shambles for a little bit, and then you have one of the best GMs in the league in Sam Presti. He built it back up. Now they're looking like a playoff contender every year. So they're not going to bring KD back. But if they did decide to go this route, because they have to give up one of their core pieces, that'll be an interesting trade. But like I said, I think they're going to make the trade with Utah because they have to give up one of these guys because they can't pay everybody, right? Now, you already know the Lakers got they shit. Let's have some fun a little bit, right? I highly doubt the Lakers would do this type of stuff. I think if this were to like happen, y'all know how David Stern vetoed Chris Paul's trade? They like Adam Silver would veto the shit out of this trade, bro. KD to the Lakers. Lakers get KD. The Suns get D'Angelo Russell, Rue, Prince, Cresty, and you know, first round in 2030 first round pick. But that shit ain't gonna happen. Look, I think like he's gonna start getting a reputation soon of like similar to James Harden, where like when things don't go your way, you went out. And people are just not going to want to trade for him. And, you know, like similar to James Harden, everybody's career, it gets to the point where like you're too old, like you're just not that good no more. Like you'll get to the point where it doesn't matter what you do, you're just not that guy anymore. And I think like Harden's rebuilding himself now with the Clippers, but he kind of got that like, you know, the Clippers situation don't work out, he might be out the lead because nobody wants to deal with that shit. I don't think KD is a toxic person by any means, but if he gets a reputation of always wanting out when shit goes hard, nobody's going to trade for him. But right now, man, the Mavs fucking got these guys in a chokehold, bro. It's not even close. I know the Suns got a good, like a clear ass woman by the Mavs, but I don't think we're giving Luka enough credit for like the type of shit he's doing right now. He's on some LeBron stuff. Y'all remember when LeBron was with the Cavs? He's like, we got it. Like he's slowly getting into that, you know, category. Now, some of the records LeBron's broken, they will never get touched. Like I don't think the scoring record gets touched for another 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be tough. Luka is on some shit right now. Only 5 other players in NBA history have reached 10K points before their 25th birthday. Like the comparison between Devin Booker and Luka is not even close. You know what I'm saying? The Mavs, they don't even have Kyrie right now, but I still think they need at least one more piece before, you know, Luka gets over that hill and gets in you know, that finals contention. I think in like Luka's definitely gonna be one of them guys who gets a ring in this Jokic, Giannis and in his era. So after the LeBron, KDs and Steph Currys are out, like he's the next in line. I think like in the future it's gonna be like the Mavs battling the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Luka, he's approaching that. Like I'm telling you, he's really approaching that, bro. And he got to get credit for what he's been doing. And the way he plays, he's gonna last for like a long time. Like he's gonna be in the NBA for a long time, as long as he wants. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have a game that requires athleticism. He's just highly skilled. So And yeah, as long as Devin Booker's playing Luka at this pace, the Suns are cooked, bro. I'm sorry.